Why still no comment about Lynch contract from Jed? I don't know. And when I first brought that up, a lot of you guys were looking around like, you're making a mountain out of a molehill. This is not a story. Why do they have to extend him on the same day? Certainly, they're going to extend him during the state of the franchise. They're just going to make a big event out of it, but it didn't happen. So I don't know. I gave you my theory when I made that video a couple of weeks ago. You know, my theory is, I'll lay it out real quick. I did it in play form before, in movie form, but my theory is that Jed York didn't plan to give Kyle Shanahan an extension. What owner really does? He had 3 years left on his deal, and he didn't win the Super Bowl. Had he won the Super Bowl, sure, but he didn't. So what I think is Kyle Shanahan was smart and decided, okay, I didn't win the Super Bowl, but my stock is still at an all-time high, and it may never be as high again. So I need to strike while the iron is hot. I think he walked into Jed York's – not now, buddy. I think he walked into Jed York's office. Jed York wasn't prepared, said, Jed, I want an extension. And Jed said, you do? And Kyle said, yep, for these 8 reasons, I need an extension, and it's up to you. You can say no, but I promise if you say no, I will bounce in 3 years, and I will not resign, and I'll go back to Atlanta, or any number of teams would love to sign me and bring me back. So it's up to you. What do you want to do? Do you want to sour this relationship like you did with Jim Harbaugh when he asked for the exact same thing in the exact same position after he had lost the Super Bowl? You took a hard line with him, and how did that work out? You know, your team was awful. You missed the playoffs 6 years in a row. You had to hire Jim Tomsula, Chip Kelly, because you don't know any good coaches. You lucked into getting me. The only reason you got me is because I was in the Super Bowl in 2016, and every other candidate got hired. I was the last candidate available, and you waited. So I fell into your lap. Do you think you can luck out like that again? Or do you just want to lock in the best coach you're probably going to get for a long time? I think that's what happened. And Jed York was like, oh, man, he's got a good point. Oh, man. Okay, here's your extension. And then afterward, they had, well, what do we do about Lynch? What does this mean for Lynch? And I think probably if I were Lynch, I'd be angry. Like, what? Jed, how could you do this to me? How could you pull really, this makes John Lynch look like he's just a face man in the organization. Like he has no power. And he was blindsided by this. Like he's not valued. And the future of the organization is all about Kyle and what he wants and his vision, and that whatever part of the vision John Lynch contributed is negligible. That's what it makes it look like. So until he gets the extension, that's what I think. So I don't know. It seems to me that if they're not willing to give Lynch the same extension that they gave Shanahan, if they want to see, there's the theory that they're going to promote John Lynch, kind of move him out of the way so they can promote Adam Peters or Martin Mayhew, someone like that. Why would Lynch agree to that? Lynch is wealthy. He's a borderline Hall of Fame player. His parents were wealthy. They owned like a bunch of media companies. He was a successful broadcaster. He's not doing this for the money to come up in life. I mean, he's established. I think he wants to be the general manager of an NFL team. If the Niners try to brush him aside or make him a team president, I don't think he would go for that. Why would he go for that? Why would he allow Adam Peters to just take his job and then take a ceremonial promotion and then go to the fade into the background? I can't see it happening. To me, if that's what the Niners are offering, hey, John, like we'll give you a quote unquote promotion, but we really want Adam Peters to be the GM. I'd be like, you know what? Just let me out of my contract right now so I can go back to Fox, because they're paying me a lot of money to just talk about football. And I don't want to be paid less to be in the shadows completely. So I don't know. Maybe the Niners are negotiating how they want to let Lynch out of his contract. I don't know. But every day that goes by that he doesn't get an extension, I think it makes it clearer and clearer that he's not seen as, well, I don't know. I don't know what it means. Maybe he'll get a mega extension every day. Whenever I talk to people, like when I talk to agents, I know a few, and I ask, well, what do you think is going on with John Lynch? Do you think he's going to get an extension? They all say, absolutely. I think he's going to get the extension. I think it's going to be a big one. I think he's really important for that organization. I agree. I don't have as much faith in Jed York as these agents do, I guess. I just always feel like Jed York finds ways to mess up situations that are unmess-upable. That's a word. It's a word. Look it up. Are you saying he might not be the linchpin? Yeah. But look, let's say Lynch is a face guy and he's not picking the players. I think the coaches pick the players. And he's not doing the contracts. That's Parag Marath. But having a face guy like John Lynch is incredibly important. And I think that's basically what the general manager position has become. You're the face of the franchise, and you have to have gravitas. You have to command respect. You have to be charming. You have to be smart. And he's all of those things. He was a media guy and a player. He can relate to the people in the organization and the people asking the questions, as opposed to Trent Baalke. Trent Baalke's social awkwardness was a detriment to the franchise. Anytime he spoke about anything, he made it worse and created an impression that the 49ers were a tone-deaf franchise. Tone-deaf. Didn't care about what their players did, how their coaches talked, how their players talked, anything. The whole winning with class thing was gone under Baalke, and it's back now, largely because of John Lynch. They really need to give him an extension and let him know that they value him too, because even though he's not necessarily a super scout or a super contract guy, they know he's valuable. That's why they brought him in. Parag can't talk. He can't be the face of the franchise. And as smart as Kyle Shanahan is, John Lynch is a better speaker. He's a better face man than Kyle. I mean, Richard Sherman's a better speaker than Kyle. Kyle's an idea guy. Lynch should be the voice. He's a better voice than Jimmy Garoppolo. They need him. Am I ranting? Okay.